Hi, this is Dave with C&H Auto Accessories here in Margate, Florida. And as you can see, I'm standing next to a brand new 2022 Toyota Tundra. And we did a lot of work to this, but not our normal suspension, lift, wheels, and tires. First thing we did, as you can see, this is the Fab 4's Matrix bumper. This is one of their biggest, baddest bumpers. It has the optional pre-runner bar. You'll hear it called a bunch of different things, but it does have the extra bar. If you notice, we got cube lights here, cube lights there, and ditch cube lights. So these are hooked up to run on his standard fog lights, which were replaced because when you do this grill, you lose your factory Toyota lights. So we hooked these up. These are on a switch, and I'm going to show you a really cool switch system. And then we have the ditch lights. In the bumper here, if you look way down low, we got a Warn 12, it's the Xeon 12S, so big heavy duty winch. This is also the synthetic fiber cable. It's not steel. Guys, if you're buying a winch, just buy the synthetic. They weigh less, they're easier to maintain, it's not going to get all rusty and nasty on you, and it comes with this whole system, this whole Warn Xeon system. It came with the remote controller, it came with the clip, it also came with the piece to put on the cable when you're pulling something. That way if it breaks, it's not going to fly all over the place. So everything that you need, and that is one of the biggest, baddest winches out there. Hooked to this bumper. Now let me give you guys a little advice on this bumper. If you're going to, because we can get you anything and we can ship it anywhere. If you're going to do this bumper takes a lot of work. This isn't throwing it on in 2-3 hours and going down the road. There's a lot of cutting and trimming and modifying and stuff. So we did it for the customer. As you can see, all his parking sensors, radar sensors. It does not block the radar, which is right here. And you can still see using the front camera. You do see a little bit of this bar. If you go with the one that does not have this bar, then it's not an option or not an issue for you. And I'm going to show you that controller right now. It's a really cool controller. So usually what happens is people end up putting a bunch of switches here or down here, and they're cutting their dash and they're running all sorts of wires and trying to find the firewall, where to run it. What we did in this truck was we used the rough country system. Now what this is this is your control panel. Now it comes with the stuff if you wanted to mount it. When I talked to the customer, he did not want to mount this and put any more holes. So the cord's plenty long enough. It's sitting in his center console, but now he has a master power on, and then he can control what lights he wants to turn on. They give you this nice big sheet with all these stickers so you can label your switches to however they're hooked up. Guys, if you're doing wiring, this is the way to do it. All you gotta do is run this one little cable through your firewall, and now I can control all this. And the benefit is underneath the hood, there's a box. That box has each circuit, it's fused, it's got spare fuses, a fuse puller. It's a lot easier to chase down if one of your lights isn't coming on or not working right. It's a lot easier to do that. It's a really nice system from Rough Country. I believe they make a smaller one. This is the 8, and the reason why you see these is these circuits haven't been put in, and this customer is thinking about doing other stuff, so I left the stickers off. They do give you blanking stickers if you want to blank those off. But it's a really nice system. It has 2 5 amp, 2 10 amp, 2 20s, and 2 30s. So, I mean, anything that you want to run. But if you're doing wiring and you're trying to add like this guy did, and we even have lights in the back that I'll show you here in a minute, that's the way you want to do it. It's so much easier on you. And once again, we can get it for you, send it out to you anywhere in the country, and it's a lot easier. And I can even show you what that looks like underneath the hood for that system, because it's just such a slick system. If you look right here, there's your Rough Country, that's the system. And then as you can see, everything's labeled, all your fuses are right there, easy to get to, your power and your ground are there. Everything's in one easy spot, and then it's just got some screws with some nuts on the back to hold it, but you can still get in your fuse box, your factory fuse box if you need to. You can still pop this up out of the way. I can still get to my factory fuses. So we thought that was a good place, because in the new Tundra, unfortunately, if you guys own one, there's a lot of stuff underneath the hood The other thing that rough country system comes with is the main, it actually has a circuit breaker, 60 amp circuit breaker, and that's for your protection. So if something's really going wrong and it manages to bypass the fuses, you have the 60 amp breaker that's gonna stop from causing any major issues. And then we're gonna show you the back bumper. He did a Fab Fours back bumper. And if you guys know anything about bumpers, we've done a couple bumpers. Fab Fours is one of the best bumper companies out there. They make a great product, really cool looking product. If you look, there's little cutouts here for your LEDs for your license plate. Your backup lights are right here. Here's those rear cube lights. Now these are on a switch. The nice thing with that is he doesn't have to have the truck in reverse to activate them. He can manually activate them. So if he's out hanging around and needs some extra light behind the truck trying to hook something up, as you can see, this guy's put a lot on this. We did the cover for him. You have the Rhino racks here for the low racks. You have a set of Yakima racks, which is his high rack. You have the Thule tent. He added more stuff that we didn't get for him, but there's a lot of stuff going on this Retrax. And this is why when you guys call in, we always recommend doing the T-slot rail, which is a big thing, because even if you're not going this extreme and this crazy, you always can. You have that option. Even if you just put these little tie-down rings in here, just so you can strap stuff down, guys, it just makes your life easier. It makes things a lot nicer, because now you're not going, oh man, where am I gonna get that tie down? No, I got one. You tighten that down, throw your strap over it. Now your load's secure. You don't have to worry about that grumpy state trooper that didn't get his coffee that morning writing you a ticket for an unsecure load. So you get stuff like that. And I know the people I talk to on the phone and John talks to, we always recommend it, because the price you pay to get it brand new with the T-slot rails versus trying to do a retrofit kit, it's exponentially cheaper to just do it right from the beginning. And most customers say, you know what, I'll just do it. If I don't use it, I'm not going to lose out on anything, but they always have that option to add other stuff to it. Like I said, this bumper looks really good. If you look, it comes up real nice and clean to the truck. Sometimes the bumpers, depending on what company you go with, they either have too big of a gap. They're not tight fitting. They move, you know, if you look, this comes right in real nice and close. And this is all heavy gauge steel. The front one is heavy gauge steel. You know, if somebody rear ends you, you're walking away and they're gonna have the front of their car smashed in, or if you happen to hit something, you're gonna win with these bumpers. Fab Fours makes great bumpers, very high quality, very heavy. If you guys are gonna do this, if you order from us and you're shipping it, have your buddies on hand. This isn't time to be He-Man. These bumpers, that front bumper without the winch is a couple 100 pounds. And then you add a 100-pound winch on top there. We had 3 guys plus a jack getting that bumper into place. There's a lot of weight, it's big, it's wide. So if you guys are doing this, is it something that a guy that has some mechanical ability can do? Absolutely, you can do this. There's some wiring involved, some trimming, some cutting. Set aside, you know, a good 2-3 days to do it, and you guys can do this job. If you live in Texas or, you know, Oklahoma or middle of the country, even West Coast, we can get these bumpers to you. I just want you to be aware that it's not going to be that 20-minute job before you have to go out to dinner with your wife that night. That's not how this works. But buying the good high quality stuff, you know, like I said, all the sensors fit, the wiring fits. I think the front bumper instruction manual was 40 pages or something like that. So they make sure you guys are taken care of step by step. There's color stuff online. If you don't have a color printer, you can pull it up on your phone. So they do a really good job. That's why I like Fab 4 bumpers a lot. And then if you notice, I mean, there's a big step here compared to some bumpers that keep it in. So I think all in all on this Tundra, these bumpers work. That front bumper is nice and mean. It's got that big winch in there. And then he's got all his stuff up top to go camping and overlanding, and that Thule tent, because we can get you Thule, Yakima, Rhino rack. I know you guys have heard us say Rhino rack. Right now they're the easiest to get, and everybody that has them absolutely loves them. Nobody's come back and said, oh, I didn't like those Rhino racks. No, they really like them. We can get those shipped out to you. You know, a lot of guys are buying the cover and the racks. And also, if you guys haven't noticed yet, if you're on the website, we have added a firm financing on the website. So now we can offer you the same benefits that a lot of the big places can do. You can set up your Affirm financing, we get the order, and we'll send everything out. So now you can get that nicer cover, or you can get the cover with the racks and get your racks right away. You can just put it all under Affirm and it'll take care of everything for you. But you have to do that through the website. We're in the process of getting everything finalized to be able to do it in the store and over the phone. But if you go on the website, you guys can take care of the Affirm right there. And I think that's gonna help you guys out a lot, being able to get the stuff you want and not have to wait for it. Once again, this is Dave with CNH Auto Accessories, talking about Fab 4 bumpers, front and rear, on a 2022 Tundra, and a whole bunch of other stuff on the bed. Thanks.